Hey, what's up, guys? Perfection here. Just gonna do a little quick update on my solo trap jumper series here. I'm currently I've got everything pretty much leveled up to 14. As far as research, I went ahead and picked up. I maxed out pretty much on cavalry attack, or actually all the attacks and defenses. You can't go any higher than 6 until. Actually, I guess you can go to 7 before it requires you to. Before it requires you to upgrade your stronghold to 15. I believe the next level requires 15. Anyway, what I was going to talk about was scouting is really not that important to me right now, so I'm not going to research that. It's just additional power that I don't really need. I do have T2 troops unlocked, and for this trap I may go ahead and unlock tier 3, but I don't know. I think I'm going to start off with just T1, T2 troops. I took these to 6 primarily just because the power in the Infernos. I was trying to complete some Infernos. Unfortunately, doing that, I kind of ran out of food. I have a little bit, but it's gonna get a little more limited. I think the next thing I'm gonna focus on here is getting everything up to 14. Again, if you can get an alliance that has a lot of spenders, you can accumulate these gifts, and they really help when you're smaller, trying to pick up food and resources and speed ups. You also get loyalty points, so I'm up to like 4 million, 4.3 million, and I can use these for little things like, for example, what I use them for is teleports. Maybe not an advanced teleport, but I do buy. I always have a lot of these random teleports, and the reason for the random teleports is if you capture a bigger player's hero, well, they're either going to do one of two things. They're going to rage and just start spamming you with T4 troops, and as a solo trap, that's a dream world because you just sit there and heal between each one. But there's another thing that they may do. They may rally you. And if they start rallying you, basically, as a solo trap, you're not going to take a rally. And you really don't want to take a big chord hit. Like if someone's got like a recipe core or a missile core on, you don't want to take the hit. And I'll elaborate what those are for some of the newer players in a little bit later of a video. But basically, you're just not going to take any chord hits. When a kingdom is first starting out like this one that I'm in, cores are going to be out there, but they're not going to be as common. Not everybody's going to be using cores. Just because the crafting research tree, it's doable, but you got to spend quite a bit to do it. It's not as bad as March or Wild or Set Bonus, but it's still pretty rough. But anyway, no. What else I'm about with the Alliance store is like you see, you can pick up 3-hour speed ups, but they're kind of pricey. I generally stick to random teleports, and it's not surprising sometimes to see me. Sorry, I'm looking for it. I'll pick up some of these hero skill resets because I change my skills often. I switch to like an economy hero skill setup, which I'll cover that real brief here in a moment. Where I focused on research speed, construction speed, training speed, and then I'll switch and I'll be fully defense set up for kill events and things like that. Now, I'm sorry, I'm still looking for this. Maybe we don't have any in the Alliance store. I'm not seeing any. Maybe I'm just completely overlooking them. But anyway, you can get the daily quest reset that I talked about before. You can get those from the store, and they're 50,000 loyalty points. So you can stack those up quite a bit. I bought another stack of them. I don't know exactly how many I have, but I have 100. But I did a lot, and my heroes gained quite a few levels since the last video, and that last video was recorded just a couple days ago. So I mean, it's it's pretty significant how fast you can gain this XP. I did kind of break one of my cardinal rules. I claimed some of the Empire quests, and you know, I just did it because I needed some resources, and I wanted some XP on my hero. Just don't go too far into claiming those. Really, it's the big researches that give you a lot of power. I'm only at 4.2 million power, but again, I haven't even really started training troops yet. I think I have 228k tier 1 troops. Now, I'm not going to train strategic at all. I will not have strategic unlocked on this account unless I decide to convert it into a rally style, uh, like a rally trap. But even then, I may not train strategic troops just because you'll hear people talking about how strategic troops are a lot more powerful, regardless offense or defense, and it's true to an extent. Um, Regular troops do less. They kill less. They're going to kill less troops, and they're going to. The defensive structure is exactly the same. So if I've got a million regular troops, and they send a million strategic troops, their strategic troops are going to kill more of my troops than if they sent regular troops. But if I have a million strategic troops, and they send strategic troops, I'm going to lose the exact same amount, regular or strategic. The only difference is I'm going to kill less with regular troops. Now that wild troops are in the mix, and that does kind of change some things a little bit. It's basically kind of like your troop type circle. There's a uh, troop type, troop style. So we'll say you have your ranged, which your ranged is going to trump your infantry. Your infantry is going to trump your cavalry, and your cavalry is going to trump your range. So it's a little circle. Same thing go with your troop types. So regular is going to trump wild. Wild is going to trump strategic, and strategic is going to trump regular. That's kind of the style that MZ was going for when they made these troops. I haven't done a whole lot of testing with it. That's on my to-do list. But anyway, that's kind of just something to note. Now, what I'm going to go into here is so the research I've done. I did, like I said, I showed you guys the combat tree that I've done. I've got to tier 2. Wall traps, I've unlocked down to tier 2 wall traps, but I'm actually going to take this all the way to tier 4. We're going to run a full tier 4 wall trap setup with T1 and T2 troops only. Hero, I haven't done much in the hero tree, and I really don't intend to. I may level up. The hero tree, I think, is one of the only trees that once you unlock this section right here, you can max these two out without having to put any points in these prior ones. Now, like I said, we're not going to do strategic combat. We're not going to do strategic wall traps. That's additional power that we don't need. Set bonus, we really don't care about that either, honestly, right now. Wild combat, definitely not. But restorative. Restorative is very important. So I've maxed out these two, and if you notice, my troop count has not gone up, and it will not go up until I complete down this whole section, basically from here up, because this is the okay, well, let's just do it this way. Right now it's at 9 total bonus. Next rank is 6. So that's 9, 6 is 15, plus another 25. That's a 40% resource cost reduction on training your troops. It's just pretty big. We're not going to train any siege at all. I mean, siege is pointless for what we're doing. We will research these down here. Trap salvaging. We'll basically complete the entire restorative tree, because except for duration and this siege down here. But it's going to give us, like, you see this training speed, it's going to give us that. It's going to give us luck, which luck is kind of one of those situations where basically you can salvage up to 70% of your traps when they attack, but the luck increases that to where it can technically salvage up to, I don't know exact number is, another 20%, maybe 15%. Anyway, But right here, where was I looking? I'm looking for this one particular research that's really important for us. It's the resource cost reduction, training speed, troop training capacity is pretty big. Okay, maybe it's not in this tree. Maybe it's in the defensive tree, but we can't see that yet because we haven't unlocked it. Anyway, there's a research in here that increases our hospital capacity. That's going to be pretty big for us. Again, I'm still sitting on the same setup. Basically, I'm sitting on... wow, I am not navigating this game worth of crap right now. Oh, stronghold. My mistake. That's what I was supposed to click on. Overview. Alright. Right now, we have... let's see, what is that? 5 villas and about 10 barracks, maybe? Yeah, 10 barracks, I think. So, what this is going to be is we're basically going to drop that down to where we're going to have 1 villa, 1 barracks, and about 14 hospitals. And, because... okay, so we have 2 ways we can set this up, and this will be primarily covered in a later video. I don't know if I'm going to be in an alliance during the first kill event. Unless it's an alliance kill event, I'll join for that. But if it's just a free-for-all kill event, I probably won't be in alliance, so I won't be able to get reinforcements, so I won't have an embassy. With no embassy, you can't get reinforcements. But if you're in an alliance and it's an alliance kill event and you're sitting on T1, T2 troops, remember the cardinal rule for a trap is we never go without running an anti-scout. We do not want people to know what we have in our base. So with that being said, so you're sitting on tier 1, tier 2 troops. And so your power's going to be low. People are going to look at you like, that's a one shot. I can go blast this guy. And then all of a sudden, bam, you got their hero, and they're spamming T4s at you. What you do is you have your alliance reinforce you with tier 4 troops, just a mix of tier 4 troops. And basically, the tier 4 troops in your embassy, they're not going to die because you're going to have all your meat out there in front of them. So what's fun about this is, unfortunately, their troops get the points for the kills they get. But at the same time, it basically makes you pretty much unkillable unless someone blasts you with cores. Regular gear sets are not going to kill you or burn you. So, and also when you have troops in your embassy, it does not increase your power. So your power does not go up because you have troops in your embassy. So, anyway, that's just another plus. So what my next phase is here is I'm going to go ahead and bring the rest of these barracks up to 14. I'm going to bring the rest of these villas up to 14. And I'm going to spam this whole section here with farms. It will be nothing but farms. I'll have one of these 4 buildings, or one of these 4 buildings, and and a bunch of farms. So anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope that this series is kind of helping some of you out with trap accounts and maybe jumper accounts. It's going to get a lot more educational and a lot more fun once I get to the point where I'm actually recording footage of, people hitting me in combat and things like that, because I'll be able to show you some actual reports and hits and what it looks like to get hit, and, what you have to do while you're getting hit, the fast healing the troops so that you don't, because if you take a hit and your hospitals are full, that's dead troops. So we don't want troops to die. We basically want to take hits, and troops go to hospital. We insta-heal them because our tier 1 troops are what's going to go to our hospital, and tier 1 troops are instant heal. And it costs nothing to heal them. Our goal is to never have to rebuild troops, but of course, things happen. But I look forward to seeing you guys in some of the future videos. And again, subscribe, like the video, leave me some comments on, more detail or things you want me to elaborate on, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll catch you guys on the next video. if I can figure out how to turn this off.